Hey, Step in Time. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a great week back from spring break. So we have been getting a lot of questions about our recital schedule and the organization, and we have our full recital information guide ready to release today. So if you clicked on this link in an email, there should be a link at the bottom to download the guide. And if you are watching this on social media, please go check your email to find that link. So the guide is a very long document, and I know that not many of us have time to sit down and go through the whole thing in one sitting. So I wanted to kind of get you through the most important things for today. And then as more important things or as more events come up, we will release more videos and remind you to go back to the guide to make sure that you know what's going on for each of those events. So the first thing is costume pass out. So you may have seen that we started that with a few classes this week. We are still dealing with a lot of costume shipping delays. We are in communication with costume companies and doing the best we can to keep up to date with all of that. And we are passing them out kind of as soon as we are ready. So I know that a lot more are going to go home next week, but there may be there's a few more weeks that it'll take before we'll have all of those costumes in hand. And as time goes on, we will give updates if your class is going to be one of our later pass outs so that y'all know what's going on. So for the rest of the guide, what I'm going to ask you to do today is add 4 dates to your calendar. Hopefully you already have June 4th on your calendar. That is our recital date. All 4 of our shows are going to happen on Saturday, June 4th. So if you have the 3rd also marked, you can cross that out because that's not going to be a recital. The next thing you're going to do, you're going to need to know your child's class name. So it'll be something like elementary ballet tap or pre-K Tuesday 10 a.m. ballet tap, something along those lines. Know the class name, the day, time, and the teacher. You can probably figure things out without knowing all of that information, but if you have all of it, you'll be able to know for sure that you've got the right info. So if you will go to page 7 and 8 of the guide, you are going to find the schedule for our dress rehearsal on the stage. If you have been with us in the past, we've always done dress rehearsal in the studio in March, but March is almost over and we don't have all of our costumes ready to pass out. So we decided that we are going to pass out costumes and give y'all as much information as we can in the studio as we normally would, but we're going to wait until we are on the stage May 31st through June 2nd to actually have dress rehearsal. Each class has a separate arrival time, and that will be listed on page 7 to 8. So for example, if your child is in Wednesday 10 a.m. pre-K, they are going to arrive Tuesday, May 31st at 4:20. Every individual class will have a specific time, 4:20, 4:50, something like that. You can assume that your dress rehearsal will take 30 minutes per costume. So this is a ballet tap class, so they're going to be there from 4:20 to about 5:20. Some of our older kids have ballet tap and jazz on Wednesdays. They're going to be there for an hour and a half. We only gave you the arrival time though, because there's some kids that are in some and not others. So we didn't want to get too specific with that. If you look, when you look at that list, you're going to want to look at the center column. You have your arrival time in your left-hand column, and then the center column is the name of the class. So look at the center column first. So you don't confuse the arrival time with your child's class time, because that can get a little confusing. So find the class name and then look at the left-hand column for the time, and then look and see it'll be listed under the date. So it could be Tuesday, May 31st, Wednesday the 1st, or Thursday the 2nd. And then if you look in the right-hand column, it will also tell you what costume to arrive in if it is a class that has more than one costume, so that you know what dance we're going to be doing first and what your child should be dressed in. So that is dress rehearsal on the stage. Then if you go to, we have 4 shows this year. Most classes with the exception of some of our most advanced dancers, most classes will only be performing in one show. So all of the shows have an individual page listing every class that is dancing in them. So on pages 9, 11, 13, and 15, you have to go through and look to see where your child's class is. So for example, on page 9, we have our show A list, which includes Monday elementary ballet jazz. So with Miss Brooke and Miss Layla. So if your kid is in our Monday elementary group, then you know that you are in show A. Same thing, show B is on page 11, show C is on page 13, show D is on page 15. So if you get lost in that, you can always ask either the teacher or Miss Rachel at our desk, and we will be happy to help you figure it out, because it is a lot of information to get through. But hopefully the way that it's listed out on those pages is pretty clear, and it's not a lot to get through. So you just have to go through and find it. So that will give you the the time of their show, the arrival time, when the auditorium opens, when the show starts. And then most of our shows will be about an hour and a half. So you can assume 90 minutes from the start of the show will be the end of the show. From there, you're going to go back to page 5. Now you know what show your dancer is in. And on page 5, we talk about studio rehearsal, and we give the schedule based on the show. So if your child is in Monday elementary ballet jazz, which is in show A, they are going to have a studio rehearsal, which is explained in the guide, on Monday, May 16th from 6 to 7:45. So that's just another thing to put on your calendar. That's actually only 3 things to put on your calendar. I said it was 4, but the recital time was the 4th thing, and that's the same. That goes on the same day as the recital. So only 3 things to put on your calendar. So those are the most important things to pull out of your recital information guide today. And we will, as more events start to come up, we will release more videos and more emails, making sure that everybody knows what's going on and which page of the guide that you should be paying attention to on that day. Every page that goes through an event includes like a checklist for parents to make sure that the kids are prepared, and things like that, so that you have all the information that you need. If you are someone who likes to have all the information up front, you have all the information up front now, but you don't have to go through the whole guide today. 2 more things that are happening today. What? No, 1 more thing is happening today. Pictures are going to be May 3rd through 5th. Steve Simpson Photography, who we've used for years, is coming into the studio. They are individual shots. Class pictures will happen at dress rehearsal, and they are not professional. They're just mom taken. But these are individual professional photos. Signing up for a time slot for your pictures is happening today. So you can reply to this email and tell us Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, but anytime between 4:30 and 8 p.m. You can tell us on the half hour, like what time slot you want, or you can come up to the desk and talk to Miss Rachel, and she will help you sign up for that. Also, the last page of the guide is a fill-in calendar. It says 2022 recital events or something, and it gives you costume pass out, studio rehearsal, dress rehearsal, recital day. It gives you places to fill in the day and time that your dancer needs to be there. And that will be very helpful for you, so you don't have to go back through the guide the whole time. So I recommend at least printing that last page and putting it, on your calendar, wherever your like home central scheduling information places, on your refrigerator, wherever you keep things. So yeah, we're very excited about recital. It is coming up fast, but the kids are working really hard, and we're excited to get them on stage and let them show you everything that they've learned this year. So it's going to be a great recital. Please let us know if you have any questions, and we love to answer questions because we like people to be informed. So please ask us your questions, and we will talk again soon when there is another event coming up. Bye.